Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today on my channel. My name is Chris, and today I will be scrapbooking around the world on this YouTube hop that I'm participating in with a group of my scrappy friends. Since we won't be doing a lot of traveling this summer due to the current COVID-19 pandemic, we thought we would take you all on a little adventure around the world and to get you all motivated to either scrap those older photos from trips in the past or to get ready for your next trip when we're all allowed to get back out and travel the world again. So today I am scrapbooking a picture from the Blue Mosque, which is found in Istanbul, Turkey, and I'm using a Heidi Swap paper pad that was from 2014 for the paper for my layout. I'm using a sketch that I found on Pinterest that was from scrapbook.com, and it's just a very simple one. I'm using the black polka or the gray polka dot paper onto a piece of black paper that I gutted out the center, and then I am just using one band of this teal blue, and then I am going to angle this beautiful floral paper over the top of it. I am going to struggle a little bit because what I'm trying to do is get enough of the blue showing underneath so you know that there's a big band of the blue, but I want also to be able to see the angles of the floral paper. So I'm going to kind of play around with it for a minute, trying to find the perfect location and angle that I can get the most out of. And what I end up doing is just going ahead and putting the blue paper down and about 2 inches in from the side, and then I just kind of maneuver the floral paper over the top so you don't see any of the gray polka dot paper underneath. Once I'm happy with the position, I'm just going to tack it down, and then I'll go back with my scissors after I flip it over here and just go ahead and trim it so that it's just the angle. And I really like that kind of like a piece of paper is just thrown over the top of it look. And then I'm just using the piece of paper that I gutted from the black. I'm just using that to mat my photo. This is a photo of the Blue Mosque, which can be found in Istanbul, Turkey. For a few years, I worked as a international flight attendant and had the pleasure of traveling around the world with my coworkers. And on this occasion, we were moving from transitioning from the United States over to Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, where we were going to work a flight out of there. And normally we would have taken our flight from the U.S., did a layover, short layover in Istanbul, and then we would hop on the next flight for the second leg back to Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. And on this occasion, they actually had a one-day layover in Turkey, and so we took advantage of that layover stop, and four of us went for a morning bus tour, which took us to several of the tourist locations in Istanbul, which included viewing the Blue Mosque. So this photo, I'm going to kind of do it more as a title page of that section of our trip. So it's going to be more journal heavy, and I'm going to go very easy on the embellishments. I like the layout. It's very simple and clean, and I didn't think it needed a lot of things on the page to make it look nice. You'll also find that I'm not using any travel themed paper embellishments. You don't have to have the map paper or the little cars and the taxis and things like that for a trip. You can use just your normal everyday scrapbook paper for any of these trips, and it really does turn out nice. When you're in Istanbul, one of the things I loved was they had the long stem red roses. And so the florals kind of, even though they're not in the picture, it reminds me of walking past the flowers when we were heading in line to go inside the mosque. So that's why I picked the paper. It does represent where we were at. However, it's not an in-your-face theme type paper. So I went through my stash and was just looking to try and find a title that I could put on the page. And I ended up finding the foam thickers that said "Beautiful Adventure," And then what I'm doing with the blue tiles that are from October Afternoon, I'm going to go ahead and write blue mosque. And then with these pink fresh, I'm going to write out Istanbul. So my title is going to end up being Istanbul Blue Mosque, A Beautiful Adventure, because it really was. This was probably one of the most beautiful pieces of architecture I've seen. There's a few different trips where, you know, you're in the European area and just the architecture just is fantastic, and I have a lot of those photos that I'm trying to scrap. So this is going to take a few minutes as I get this put down. So while I'm futzing with the letters, I just want to make sure that you check out the description box below, because it will have the links to the others who are participating in the hop today. They are all doing a layout which will be either a trip that they've taken or a place that they want to go. And there's really no rules to the hop other than it being a travel themed layout. Again, with this COVID-19 and us all having trips canceled and things like that, we thought it was a good idea to motivate everyone to get out their older photos and take the time now to kind of get some of those old trip layouts scrapbooked, or start thinking about the next adventure that you want to take and how you can document that with your scrapbooks. So here I am doing my journaling, and I'm just writing about the fact that we were laid over longer on our connection to get to our flight for Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. I'm just talking about the blue mosque and the beautiful hand-painted blue tiles that are found inside, and kind of just laying out a little bit about the building that was made in the early 1600s. And again, this is kind of going to be the kickoff of this section where I have other photos that will have more detail of like the tiles and the things when we were touring inside the mosque. So I'm just, again, just taking my black pen and writing quite a bit. Now the only embellishments that I'm going to really have on this layout is going to be those foam stars. And now I'm going to grab out some of these pink enamel dots. I end up grabbing some enamel stars in the shade. I'm just trying to match it up to the flowers. And that's going to be it for my embellishments. I'm not going to really have anything further to embellishment. Again, I'm just keeping this very simple. And again, I don't need to have a lot of travel theme embellishments on the layout. I want the photo to speak for itself. So thank you so much for joining me today and checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. And again, please check out everyone else who is participating in the hop. You'll find a lot of good inspiration this time around. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and you all have a great day. Bye-bye.